So are we tailgating before Area 51 or what? What is going on, everyone? Joe's from Fitment Industries, and welcome back to another episode of The Build Sheet, where today we're going to be talking about the best bang for your buck mods. And we went through some mods that maybe you should stay away from, and we thought we'd give you the other, more helpful hand of what you could actually do to your car to make it a little better. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, don't forget to subscribe. Wheels, tires, suspension, fitmentindustries.com, the whole thing. Just a heads up too, by the time you see this video, we are probably about 2 days out from the announcement of the Koenig wheel giveaway winner. So we're giving away a set of Koenig wheels for the month of July. It's your last chance, if we're not already sold out of t-shirts, to pick up one of these t-shirts right here, the Drift Mode, the Supra, all the cool stuff to get entered in a chance to win a free set of Koenig wheels. So first up on the list is one that may be a little out in left field for some, but is a mod that you can do to your car, especially if you are autocrossing or anything like that. And that would have to be upgraded brake pads and steel braided lines. Can offer a good bump in braking performance for not a crazy amount of money. Performance brake pads, for the most part, are made out of a semi-metallic or metallic compound or a ceramic compound, usually paired with some sort of composite material. Now, of course, there's always the argument of which compound is better for performance, and for the most part, if you're doing a lot of performance driving with your car regularly, a metallic compound is probably going to suit your needs a little better than a ceramic pad. However, if you're looking for something that produces a little bump in performance, but also allows for less brake dust and is a bit quieter as far as operation, a ceramic pad is also a good option as well. By upgrading your brake pads to fit your driving needs, you can reduce the amount of heat buildup in your braking system, which helps with any fade that might come around or that you might get with performance driving. Upgrading the brake lines that go to your calipers, on the other hand, can also help a ton with pedal feel and overall stopping power. The stock brake lines that come on your car from the factory are made of a rubber compound and can flex and expand during hard braking, especially when things start to heat up. This is really taking away from some of the stopping power that you could be getting going to the pistons of your caliper. So by upgrading to a braided line, you are minimizing the amount of expansion or flex in the brake line, giving you more responsiveness and power from your brakes. For right around $100 for some upgraded brake pads that are decent, and right around another $100 for a set of brake lines, you can really increase the stopping power of your car's brakes without spending a ton of money. And it's something that you'll feel every time you get in the car. So coming in at number 2 is something that isn't available for every car out on the market, but as a modification, you can do. But a short shifter with some upgraded bushings can really make a world of difference in a manual car. By decreasing the amount of throw that is needed to move from one gear to the next, it can give you a little more confidence when rowing through the gears in your car. Usually short shifters will feel a little more notchy and solid to the point that you know when you've hit the next gear. Now, even though this isn't a true performance modification by any means, but it is another one of those modifications you can do for relatively cheap that you use every time you drive the car. And they just feel damn good. They give you a lot of confidence. You're not thinking about, oh man, I really hope I hit third instead of first this time when shifting gears. Starting off right around $200, you can get yourself into a decent short throw shifter for your car. Now, if that sounds like a little much for you, to go along with that as well, just by upgrading your shifter bushings, you can eliminate a good majority of slop in your OEM shifter. Now, especially if you have an older car with bushings that are straight from factory still from like 20, 30 years ago, dropping in some fresh aluminum bushings for right around 50 bucks can give you some better driving experience as well. And for the next one, of course, we had to mention it on the list because it's probably one of the first things that anybody does to a new vehicle if they're looking to modify it, especially if you're a 16-year-old or like me, just because I love installing exhausts and hearing them start for the first time. A proper catback exhaust for your car is probably one of the most satisfying modifications you can do. Now, even though the cost for a proper exhaust system is usually up into at least $500 or $600, if not into the thousands of dollars, hearing the car start up for the first time or the first cold start on a crisp fall morning or rolling down the windows and dropping a gear through a tunnel or overpass is gonna make it all worth it. And that's why it's on the list. But make sure you do some research on exactly what you are looking at getting first. Unfortunately, some exhausts out there just don't sound good. like at all. Even if they do cost quite a bit, sometimes they just don't sound the greatest, or they're like older designs, and like that was the thing back then, to have cars sound like that. But it's not the same thing today. So don't be afraid to be that guy that spends hours looking around on YouTube to find the exact setup that you want. Because when it all comes down to it, you want your car to sound good. To kind of pair along with that as well, moving into our next item on the list would be a flash tune. Now, we have talked about flash tunes on the build sheet before and what they all have to offer. Now, this is another one of those mods that can get a little pricey, but it wouldn't be on the list today if there wasn't at least one good reason for it. Things like the Catback Exhaust port or even the open flash tuning tablet can run you a good $500 at the least. Flash tunes can offer a nice little bump in horsepower and torque and ensure that you're getting the most out of your car without spending an insane amount of money. Now, if you're pairing this tune with a nice intake and exhaust, you can get a little more power out of it as well and really kind of open up the benefits of having those other bolt-ons. Having personal experience with the OFT for my Scion FRS, I was able to almost completely eliminate the FA20's horrendous torque dip that is like right around like 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. So it helped out a lot. So it was definitely worth it for even a naturally aspirated platform. And then last on the list today is something that we know and love, and you knew it was coming. You know we had to do it. It wouldn't be a Fitment Industries video without it. But coming in last but certainly not least today would be aftermarket suspension. Specifically a set of coilovers. Now, we recommend aftermarket suspension to be one of, if not the first things to do to your car if you're looking at modifying it. No matter if you're looking to get performance out of it or just general looks, simply because almost any car with a little bit of drop will look 1,000 times better than on stock ride height. It's something we've talked about in the past too. There are quite a few cars out there as well that look good, even lowered on stock wheels, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. I know, you're like, Gels, I get it, it's a sales plug, fitmentindustries.com, wheels, tires, suspension, the whole thing. And you know what? You're not wrong, okay? But coilovers are on the list for a reason, and you get a ton out of them. You get the adjustability of damping, ride height, some camber adjustment if your coilovers come with adjustable camber plates. And all this can really change how the car feels for the better. By lowering the center of gravity with the height adjustability and connecting you to the road with a more stiffer ride, the suspension can completely change how the car feels and how it drives and the entire attitude of the driving experience. Now, depending whether you're going with a set of Tains or KWs, the price can vary pretty drastically. But no matter if you're looking for performance or just something for looks, installing a set of coilovers on your car is one of those mods that just makes you feel good. You know what I mean, bud? Well, that's gonna wrap it up today for the list of the best bang for your buck mods. If there's something that you thought should have been on the list, don't be afraid to drop it down in the comments section below. Don't forget that time is running out for the Koenig wheel giveaway. Pick up a shirt if they're not already sold out. We'll be doing the live giveaway this week. But that's gonna do it for today. I'm Gels from Fitment Industries. Don't forget to subscribe. Wheels, tires, suspension, fitmentindustries.com. I think that's it. We will see you later. Peace.